Cool. Um, sure. This all good. I need to get me through this, Mike. Cool. All right. I hope that's not too loud. But what's good, family? I'm about to go over a tutorial on how to run this DFKMate quest helper. So this is supposed to be a bot that is supposedly needs your private key to complete quests on your behalf. The main risk is that the bot has access to your wallet. So yeah, so check out the code base and definitely don't share your private key to anyone if you are taking the risk of experimenting with this bot. I would say keep it on your computer. Don't upload it. Don't re-upload the your changes to the code base anywhere else, and don't show anybody else. I would say just if you do show this to anybody, show them the blank repository that I'm showing you here, and give them the opportunity to explore the pros and cons and the risk of working with this as well. And it says supposedly you're going to need at least 2 tokens in your 1 tokens in your wallet, and at least 1 hero for this bot to run. And it lets you kind of know, and it breaks down kind of the algorithm for how stamina recharges. It says you can deploy the bot as well to a remote server and have it running 24/7. He recommends, or he or she, I'm not sure who built this out, and that way your bot will be running 24/7 without you having to run this locally on your computer. Now, having this deployed doesn't necessarily mean that your bot is accessible to everyone if you keep the link private. And I'm pretty sure their security configurations within Heroku to make it so that you can only access the link from your IP address. Yeah. So here are the prerequisites. You gotta have Node.js and Git installed. Git is a version control software that software developers use for version control. And it is also a tool manager for downloading code bases and yeah, working with them. So Brew is native to all Macs. I'm not sure what's the process on Windows, so this is kind of a Mac only tutorial. I'm sorry, Windows guys. But there's a way to get Git on Windows as well. And then there's Node, of course, as well. So if you open up your terminal, I have iTerm, the iTerm terminal, but if you type in terminal as well, and how I opened up the Spotlight search is I press Command and spacebar, and then you can type in terminal. And then after you do that, this little black box should appear. And boom, here you go. And so we're going to be going to the documents folder to with all this. So to do that, we're going to type in CD, which means change directory, and then document, and then hit enter. Now, if it tells you that there's no such file or directory, it's probably because the folder name is called documents. Yeah. And so I already have Git and Node installed, but if I didn't, I would run these commands: brew install Git and brew install Node. And then after that, I would go over to the repo, type in and paste this link to download it, to clone the repo, to clone the, when I say repo, I mean code base. And then I would enter. All right. And if you have Git installed, then you should have downloaded the code base successfully. All right. And then after that, to go into the code base using the terminal, we would type in CD, that change directory command. All right. And type in DFKMate. All right. One cool trick is that if you type in most of the letters or characters of a folder in the terminal and press tab, it'll autocomplete. So cool. And if you have Git installed and you change directory into the DFKMate folder or directory, the little Git little icon or messaging should appear in the terminal. All right, letting you know that you are in a Git repository, a Git code base. All right, and you can use Git in it. So cool. So next up is downloading all of the basically the tools for the code base, the dependencies. All right, and you will run this npm install command to do that. Hit enter. And if you have Node installed, then you should be able to run this npm install command. Oh, my computer doesn't die in the process. I'm on 8%. Okay. It may take a little minute. And while this is running, I also recommend having a code editor like VsCode installed. And I'm a link I'm gonna link this in the video as well. But yeah, it just makes writing code a lot more easier. All right, so cool. So after running npm install and it's successful, if you have VS Code installed and it installed its tools within your terminal, you should be able to run this command called code, and we're going to put a space in the period after that. Or if you want to, we could go to the directory from VS Code itself by opening it up, or the folder within VS Code itself by opening it up and going to, nope, where's my documents? Documents and blah, 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 blah. you see DFKMate. Cool. But I'm just gonna go to the terminal, and that should be just to be in the DFKMate folder or directory, and I'm gonna hit code dot. All right, and I'm gonna press enter, and cool. And a new window of VsCode with the DFKMate should appear. All right. And now the last thing, or second to last thing you got to do is put your private key here. Now I'm just gonna leave this up here because of course I'm not gonna show off my PK, my private key. But yeah, but after you do that, the last thing it says to do, if you're looking to read me, is to just run this command called node.js. Well, node space index.js. And then you would hit enter, and boom. And now I am getting an error because I have an invalid private key, which is obvious because I'm not putting my private key in. But yeah, and then you're good to go. If y'all got any questions, yeah, hit me up.